Hello there, guys. How are we all doing? Obviously, we've got NLG versus Berzerk today. I think it's going to be an absolutely crazy matchup. Both of these teams, they really need to, get those wins on the board early on. And it's going to be, I can't wait for this best of three. What are you thinking about it, Charlie?
Yeah, completely. I think you touched on it there. Really exciting best of three. Both teams lost their last game in varying degrees of success, really. I mean, some of the maps were close, some really weren't. Obviously, looking on Berzerk's side, they did lose 2-0, played Overpass and Dust. They lost, obviously, 2-0 in that. They lost 16-9 on Dust and 15-19 on Overpass. So they look like they can do something on Overpass, but their Dust too, they got quite kind of dominated on it. On the side of NLG, you mentioned 2-1, 16-11 they lost on Nuke, but they're Ancient, a map that we all love in the map pool, the newest map. They did close that one out in 1917 in overtime, but losing on the third map, the final hurdle, 16-12 on Mirage. So really exciting matchups today, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You touched upon it there with the overtimes. We saw Berzerk. They took their overpass game to overtime as well. So potentially we will see some, down to the wire games. Potentially all three maps, as both of these teams are looking really strong in this tournament so far. And I can't wait to see what the map vetoes do say. I think obviously you did mention with the overtone with the ancient game. So maybe we will see an ancient map if NLG do decide to pick that, or I'm not too sure. But yeah. We're going into it now, rolling into the vetoes. Ooh, NLG do opt to ban Inferno.
Yeah, it's not really the most common map we see banned. It is normally left in the map pool, but I do like when teams ban it. It can really catch people off. Berzerk with a more traditional ban there, Vertigo. Yeah, something more that we'd expect to see, yeah.
First pick of the draw, though, and it is Ancient, yeah. There we go. We had a little bit of an inkling from previous games. I love a start on Ancient. It's really going to determine how this matchup really plays out. See if NLG can be dominant. Ooh, Mirage. Berzerk picking a little bit more of a more common map scene.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see where the third map's going to go with this one. Ancient Mirage. These can be some really fun playgrounds for Counter-Strike. Nuke does get removed.
It's one of my favorite maps in the map pool. I love the elevation, both the sites. Obviously, we're not going to see either map with both Vertigo and Nuke getting removed. That's Overpass getting banned. What does that leave? That leaves us with Dust, Charlie. Final map.
Very interesting vetoes here. Ancient, Mirage, and Dust. Then we will see it get confirmed there, like you mentioned. I do think NGL. I do like the Ancient pick. I think that was the one they won last game to eSuper. I think a big pick there from them, and it could give them an early start, a dominant lead. But what are you thinking about the other two maps?
Well, I think I did touch upon it slightly about how Mirage, Dust, they're both a little bit more common maps, you could say. I think a lot of teams, they're going to have a lot of experience on those maps. So, I'm leaning more to those maps going a little bit down to the wire, maybe a couple, potential overtimes. Whereas Ancient, when you do have that dominance on it, it can be very one-sided. But obviously, that's it's all just speculation. We're going to be we'll be getting into it, and we'll be able to see whether Berzerk will have the goods on Ancient.
Yeah, we'll get to see. I mean, speaking of Dust, I mentioned in the previous matchups that Berzerk actually kind of got slightly dominated on it. They didn't win their Dust 2 map pick. They lost 16-9, in fact. So we'll have to see how that gets on, but that's the third decider.
It all starts on Ancient. It all starts on the pistol round, and we do have Berzerk obviously going to be starting on that CT side. CT, this CT side is one of the most favored in all of the map pools. So obviously Berzerk are going to need a very strong start here. Do you see a fast hit towards B? It seems NLG have decided to slow it down.
Yeah, the util is coming over now. They have a decent bit of it.
Oh, the exit's going to be pushing out. Devran towards the left side. Does get taken down very cleanly though. NLG have just completely swarmed them here. You can see where the depth on this map really favors them. We do just have Abu, Willie, and Johnny in this 2 versus 4 now.
Yeah, no diffuse. Is there one to pick up somewhere? I don't even know if any of the Berzerk players bought one. Johnny, he's going to be tested, but the kills do come through. Abu Willie, he's only 6 HP though. There's surely no chance here.
They're pushing up towards ramp, but yeah, they've been spotted. I think if Johnny wasn't sighted there, but on that flank. I think that round could have been very possible for NLG, but obviously Berzerk NLG were very aware that.
Yeah, it wasn't to be, but NLG, you mentioned it. This is something where I think they can get an early lead on the map and potentially an early lead in the series if they do close this map out. Ancient isn't one where all teams are as well versed on it as others. So I think NLG, they can show why they picked this one.
And I think as well for the side of Berzerk, obviously they're just opting for that full eco. Sometimes we all see teams force, but they didn't really find much into the round. So I think, the eco was the right call. PDY getting that early kill through the smoke onto Chanky. We've got Okalicious going to want to be utilizing that Mac-10. This double cave setup though. Oh, the Molotov is ticking now. They're forced to peek out. And that Mac-10's getting a kill. Gets a second as well. Maximizing that money made.
Yeah, this should just be an easy cleanup now. Spotted Abu Willie and takes him down.
And that's the second round for NLG. We do obviously see the full bite. 4 M4s currently invested, but we don't see a kit yet. That's going to be really troublesome for them. Look at that. Just tapping away through the smoke.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about this map. The smoke kills the spams through the wall. You can really see when players have such good map knowledge on this one. I think that'll be something we see more and more of.
We saw it in the pistol round. We're seeing it again here. We don't have a kit invested on the side of Berzerk. Aggression towards that K position. Oh, look at the spam. Johnny finding the opening onto Marky. They're just playing passive now. Obviously, NLG do have that buffer of that money. They're going to want to win this round, but Chanky doing really well. Johnny as well gets a kill and falls back with the Molotov. It's a 5 versus 2 now, Charlie. Surely this round's going the way of Berzerk.
Obviously, this was a bit more of a bonus round, but right now, absolute domination. Only 2 plays remaining. There are a few chipped down on NLG.
It's just Okalicious in the 1 versus 4. Surely won't be able to do much into this round, but they do opt to peek him on their own. Does have a chance. Oh, got the info, but not the kill. Abu Willie closing out the round and taking that first round for Berzerk.
Yeah, that's a big round there. It's a great comeback after losing the pistol. Didn't go for the force buy, and that's something we really see in this meta now. Teams going for the force a lot, but the eco, they do it with not all the util, not all the kit. You mentioned they didn't have any defuse kits, but they do win that round. And No Limit Gaming, they still have a buy.
Something to mention, I think Johnny really played a massive part in that round. Obviously getting that first kill with the spam, and then getting the second and able to fall back with the Molotov in play. Such a smart play, such a great play from Johnny. If we see more from that K position from them, I feel like this game will be a lot closer than expected. Look at that chip damage done already. Paddy and Okalicious already dropped down less than 50 HP without even seeing a player.
And there's not even much util left on the No Limit Gaming side.
Okay, so
I
it's
love
going to
this
dissipate.
boost. They do have an opportunity. It's just how long will they stay there for? They are exposed to mid. They're not sure if anyone's there yet, but they are safe for now.
They are just dropping off, but they have got that information that there's 2 players here. Look at the Berzerk side. Oh, Johnny again.
Yeah, this is what I mentioned. The spams, the kills through the smokes, the wall bangs. And that's what we see instantly. Johnny opens up the kills, get a man advantage for Berzerk. Gives them a real great chance to take this round, even things up.
I was going to mention, Berzerk seem to have rotated many players off A, but obviously Abu Willie, ND, they've already rotated themselves back in. We've got 3 defenders here. They don't have the smoke to cross, and ND's finding perks early on. It's a 5 versus 3 now. On these full buys, Berzerk are looking so strong. You have Red, though. And that early kill with the AWP. Gets a second as well, looking for the third. Oh, and it's just Red in the 1 versus 3. Ace clutch required. Won't be able to do much. Oh,
got a chance. Look how split these 2 players are now. just on the opposite side of the box. They're pushing in. Red has to come up with some absolute heroics. The no-scope misses. And Berzerk do take the round, but Red does everything and more, you think. Got 3 kills into that round for No Limit Gaming, but none of his teammates could supply when it was needed. And that's Berzerk taking 2.
I saw that coming through from Red. He initially took that pot shot at the donut player. I thought he was going to connect. That would have been an absolutely insane round.
Yeah, I think 1v4 ace clutch. Maybe would have been ridiculous, but wasn't to be. New York does get taken down.
You know, Berzerk, they've evened it up, and look at what the money is on NLG. They're forced onto just some deagles, whereas Berzerk, they've got the chance here to take the lead and also make a lot of money here. They do keep many players alive.
Yeah, that will be the game plan of both teams. Berzerk, make sure you can build that money. Don't let anyone drop on the side of No Limit Gaming. That's when they're going to try to do what they can. Play it slow, burn the utility, and then see if you can get a couple of picks here or there.
Something to mention, NLG, they haven't invested any armor. They have bought a lot of pistols, but even if they're able to retrieve a weapon, surely it's going to be unfavored, especially with that aim punch. Ooh. Completely stuck towards those little Tetris boxes. Oh, gets another tag. That's Chanky dropped down to 27 HP. We'll be able to get out of there, though.
Chanky's still fighting around, though. There's a chance where he could lose his life. Oh, but as we're saying this, look at the push through A. Perks. Oh, he's the only one remaining, though. He can get some advanced position in, but it might not matter. It's a 1 versus 5.
Abu Willie slowly closing in. Oh, they've seen the play towards CT. Abu Willie.
Look at the health that was done onto Chanky there. 1 HP, does a 5, and that's all 5 players surviving on Berzerk. The money's going to be really building now. But No Limit, they do finally get another buy on the board.
I love this aggression from Chanky. He's 27 HP and he's still fighting. A little bit of a risk, but sometimes, you know, high risk, high reward. Clearly reaping the rewards of that round. Keep himself alive as well. Doesn't even need to invest into this one.
Red's going up now. Challenge Devran. Well, I say that, gets taken down instantly. That's Chanky. You said you like the aggression. Red's aggression really didn't pay off. And another nade. That's a nice bit of chip damage. Johnny, he's going to be finishing this game with so much util damage.
So much impact as well. We've seen time and time again, Johnny getting multiple kills, you know, through the walls without even seeing the players. So aware. I think when you do have that dominant cave presence, it makes it really tough for the T's to do anything. I like this boost here. Oh, surely he's not expecting it. The taps come away, but they don't connect. Park's unable to hit the shot, and once again we see Chanky so aggressive here, able to get another. Oh, he gets the 3rd as well. Chanky, so much aggression here.
Yeah, Chanky looks made for that house position. All you're really giving up is that headshot angle. You could just peek left and right, really catch off the T's, and he's good at perfection right now, and that's it. All 5 players surviving again. Berzerk, really clean round, but we've got to give props to Chanky. 3 kills into that one.
We spoke about how this was NLG's map pick. Seems those Berzerk, they know what they're doing on it. The second they've got those full buys, they haven't lost a round since. It's 4 in a row for them.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what No Limit Gaming CD side's going to be like. But how many rounds on their T do they need to have to really justify having a strong closing of this game?
I think Ancient is one of those maps so you can just, you know, having 5 rounds isn't the end of the world, but especially when it's your map pick. But when it's your map pick, you need to be getting, you know, potentially even winning the half on that T side. You know, if you're so confident to lock in the map straight away, you'd be expecting quite a dominant performance. But clearly, this is one of Berzerk's favored maps as well.
Yeah, Ancient is statistically the most CT-sided map in the map pool right now, so you can see why they'd be doing so well. But there's a chance all 5 players could survive again. This money will be absolutely booming. Chanky, he's on over 10k. Same with Abu Willie. Devran not far off. This is where things can start to spiral out of control for No Limit Gaming, and Berzerk can start to take a really big lead.
Yeah, even if Berzerk lose this round, they'll be able to fully invest, and I think they'll be able to buy into the next one as well. So they've got a massive buffer on the economy, but they can't be making mistakes now. Just because you've got that money in the reserve doesn't mean you can start playing differently. I think we do need to keep seeing that aggression from Chanky because it is working so well. Currently 9-3, 3 KD so early on in this game. Just whether he'll be able to keep it into the next half. You see the first ult being brought out. Oh, that's Devran able to get one onto Okalicious. Doesn't get the second, but ND will close it out. And we got Red aggressing with the orb, getting taken down by Devran. It's just Marky. Be able to find one. Aware of the second player. Oh, Marky in the 1v4 brings it to a 1 versus 2. Bomb on his back as well. We do have Abu Willie flanking towards that ramp position. And Marky, if he decides to strike, decides to push through to 8, we'll have a real good chance on this. We'll be able to get the bomb down. It's all a matter of timing. Marky just piecing together the puzzle about where these last 2 Berzerk players are.
This is such a big round for No Limit Gaming, and it's such a needed one. They've lost 5 in a row now. Got the bomb on his back. He's got time to play with, but will he expect this donut player?
Oh, he does see him. I'll be able to get this kill here. Oh, does a lot of damage. Marky's in a really strong position to win this round. Surely he has to be aware of Abu Willie in the flank. So, oh, too little too late. Abu Willie does strike, and that's the 6th in a row for Berzerk. Obviously, not all 5 players staying alive. Marky making it really troublesome for Berzerk, but they still close it out.
You have to point out Perks. No Limit Gaming, he's 0-7 right now. Probably not the best James Bond impression, but it's not doing good for No Limit Gaming. Red, he seems to be the one getting a lot of duels that he's winning, but the issue is not getting the AWP out as much as probably would like. Luckily with that bomb plant, they are able to buy again, and Red's got an AWP out to challenge Devran. Hopefully this time will be slightly more successful, only able to get 1 kill into the last round.
Slight limited utility on No Limit Gaming. Marky just invested in AK, no util. It's clear that NLG might be opting for something fast this round. All 5 players towards that kind of mid, towards A. Potentially we're going to be seeing a split through Donut.
But look at Berzerk. They've gambled another player across. They've got 3 players towards this A position. They've given up Donut. It's just being smoked off.
Abu Willie surely might be able to find one here. The flash has come in. Oh, they are aware of his position, but Abu Willie finds one. PDY with the trade, but Chanky still holding this position. It's a 1 versus 4 now, and it's just Red. Can he do anything, really? Chanky with the AWP.
Yeah, this is really good for Berzerk now. No Limit Gaming, you've got to think you get timeouts in order. Really struggling to get anything going after those first 2 rounds of the half, really.
Yeah, that's 7 in a row for Berzerk. They seem unbeatable, unbreakable. NLG really struggling to get those opening picks and really struggling to take the sites, really. Obviously, Berzerk, with that gamble, what paid off massively.
It's just these pistols here from NLG. Red, he's gone past the molly, but is he aware of the cubby player?
Oh, Andy is aware of Red, though. Let's get the opening pick, and that's once again Berzerk in that man advantage situation. NLG need to get one back into this half very soon.
Yeah, if this goes even remotely close to 13-2, you've got to favour Berzerk in this one. These pistols, they're not getting anything done right now.
Chanky playing that pixel angle, unable to get a kill, but Johnny, all that information gathered, sees 3 players now.
I actually love that from Johnny there. Doesn't challenge too much. He peeks out, does damage, and just backs off. But we could see a bit of aggression here. Devran. Oh! There's time. There's still 55 seconds on the clock. These guns are retrieved. They've got armor behind them as well.
Look at the read from Berzerk. They're so aware of the potential A hit. All that information on that donut player. Oh, they line up. Abu Willie only able to get 1 for now.
Molotov's getting dropped. Donut player, they're all going down. It's just Perks.
Chanky with the AWP. Finding 1 through the smoke. Just pushing through with the USP and gets the kill. A round that seemed fairly favoured for the side of NLG. In that 4 versus 3. Weren't able to do anything.
Yeah, obviously Berzerk did still have the slightly favoured weapons in that one. But it wasn't to be in that one.
We do have some Berserk, they have opted for this first tactical pause of the game, and I really like it from them. They won 8 in a row, but they, the coach or the in-game leader, they want to keep their heads, they want to keep their cool, they don't want to play with overconfidence, and I think that round really showed it. They're in a 5 versus 4, and they decided to get aggressive there. And I think they're showing a little bit of a lack of respect for the NLG team, and they just got both of their heads just ripped off instantly. And I think Berzerk, they need to, they're using these pauses to make sure that they keep calm, they keep collected, and they don't make those silly mistakes, because that round could have gone the way of NLG. And Berzerk, they really want to close this half out very cleanly here.
Yeah, obviously, these tactical pauses, they go both ways for each team. NLG, they'll have a lot to discuss. There's another coming in now. And I think it's needed. Obviously, 8-2 down. Got to discuss something here. They've got to think of what to change. This is where you can get the in-game leader really just able to focus on what to do. The coach as well. Find what's going wrong. Find the solution. I'd quite like there to be a pause a bit earlier from NLG. Because we've mentioned it a lot of times. 8 rounds in a row, Fred. Berzerk, they've looked so strong on their CT side. Only a few rounds have even got remotely close. There's been a lot won with 4 or 5 players alive.
Just what NLG can do. Obviously, we did see, we have seen some success from the NLG side, but potentially we are going to see something fast here. Obviously, they need to change some things up, especially when they've been going towards B. They've been allowing Johnny to do so much damage from that cave position. I think that's something that is a real problem area for NLG.
Yeah, they're not really able to take cave at all. It seems like it's always in the control of Berzerk. Maybe that's where they've got to try to take. Maybe they are going to just be leaning more towards A, leaving those positions.
Oh, the spam through the donut smoke. Unable to find anything for now. Devran with the orb. Oh, the Molotov deters the peek. He's aware of the potential push into house. And it will be PDY. In a really advanced position here. It's just whether Devran is aware of the close left angle. He's not. He does get taken down. That's the opening pick for NLG. Clearly the pause has helped them out in some way. They need to be aware of Johnny, though.
Yeah, something that we haven't seen much in opening pick from NLG. Cave. Such a difficult, so many angles to clear. So difficult to clear everything, but they do it well. The trade does come through on ND.
Calicious though, 1 HP. This nade could do a lot of damage here. Completely remove a player out of this round. Oh, Marky though, getting dropped down to half. Red with the orb able to find Shanky. It's a 2 versus 3, but look at Abu Willie in this cave position. Does get found though, and that's a round for NLG. Berzerk find 8 in a row, but the pause clearly. The tactician of the team was able to restructure and change how NLG have been playing, and it clearly worked. We need to see more from this from NLG though, to really prove why this was their map pick.
Yeah, there's still a number of rounds left in this half. In theory, it could actually finish 8-7 in favour of Berzerk. There is still a chance, and NLG can really bring this back, but the most important thing right now is to string some of the rounds together, because otherwise your util economy will be so bad. Or Red with the opening.
That's Chanky's aggression getting taken down. Something that we've rarely seen in this game, but Red's so aware. NLG, they really need to capitalize off this man advantage. They can't throw it away. Oh, they got a 2-man advantage now. Make it 3. It's just ND. Oh, it's just ND. 4 individuals. Just 4 individuals all getting picks on different sides of the site. And it's just ND remaining. Aware of this flank. Unable to do anything. That's 5 alive for NLG. Shooting body.
Have a look at the Berzerk economy. Obviously, they're still going to comfortably be able to buy, but there's some cracks that we're seeing.
And that was just 2 rounds in a row from NLG. And it's nearly broken the economy.
Yeah, completely. Just shows how CT side economy-wise can be really tough. But I think we mentioned it earlier on. The Berzerk, they did a lot of aggression that's really catching out NLG. I think they finally settled now. They finally realised what Berzerk are doing, and they're starting to capitalise. That's 2 in a row. Can they make it 3? Can they reset Berzerk?
I think PDY spotted the player on the edge of that smoke there. Unable to connect. Johnny, though, dropped down to 2/3 health. PDY might be able to find this kill here. Oh no, there's a second donut smoke there. Chanky getting the frag towards middle.
Oh, look like he's going to peek straight into Red's crosshair there. Chooses against it. I think it's a smart call to make. He's got the man advantage. Johnny. Oh, he's going to get mollied off. No, they molly the other side, in fact.
So prepared, awaiting the flash for the jumping. Oh, Oculicious just jumping across. Does get taken down, but Marky with the instant trade. Berzerk still got that advantage.
Oh, and look at the flank. Through T-spawn. Abu Willie. He's called strike.
He's called that surely the play's beat. He's pushed all the way through A. He hasn't met anyone. This is where Abu Willie can do so much damage. Oh, he gets one.
Just staying alive here is being such a nuisance. They're going to be forced to go through mid, but look who's waiting. It's Chanky, the danger man. He's let one pass, but he's not letting a second.
That's the bomb, though, Charlie. He might be able to get it down. Berzerk, they've clearly found their form again. Perks, though, in such a tough position. Chanky closing out. Chanky 16 and 6.
Yeah, lights out. Another 2 kills into, or 3 kills, sorry, into that round. I feel like they've got so many 3Ks throughout all of this, but yeah, that's the 9th. Berzerk, they take it. Obviously, NLG, they've got a bit of money in the reserve, so they can continue to buy.
It just seemed like it was all going so well for NLG. A couple opening picks here and there. Really ruined it for them. Berzerk have the opportunity to find double digits on the scoreboard now.
Yeah, now with the amount of rounds left in this half, I don't really think there's a chance to reset Berzerk, so it's just going to be all-out fall-by brawls. That's where NLG are going to have to win it if they want to make this half slightly more respectable.
I'm not too sure, but Perks hasn't bought any util. He's opted to, he might have dropped a lot of his util towards middle early, but he's got 5k in the reserve, maybe saving it for the AWP into the next round.
Unless some of it was used early, it's a question. But obviously, with these dropped utils that you can do now, a lot of people do choose strategies like that.
Oh, that double 2 players towards this house position. PDY unable to find one. ND getting the early kill.
There's a lot of damage to Chanky, but can't find any kill on him. Johnny, he's been spotted. Cave has been given up.
Oh, but it seems though the bomb's gone towards A.
All alone right here. No one with him, but nice kill from Marky.
It's just Perks. He might be able to get found here.
He's got to wait for the donut players to push. Cannot lose that bomb in A main. It'll be so hard to retrieve. 30 seconds on the clock.
We've already got Johnny very fast behind. Abu Willie able to find one. Keeps himself alive. Awaiting this main player. Abu Willie still alive. Allows Devran and Johnny to get the kills. Abu Willie was just the pure, like the full focus of NLG. They needed to take down that Temple player. Whilst he was getting all the attraction, we saw the flanks come in from Berzerk, and they do find 10.
Double digits now. They're half. Regardless, they're going to be happy with it. They're all at 11. Themselves in a great spot to take this map, to take their opponent's map pick.
Look at Chanky though. Got the double AWP on the side of Berzerk. Seen it in one of the previous rounds. Oh, the missed nade there would have done a lot of damage to Johnny. Spam will come through.
Yeah. So much, in fact. And once again, I feel like we're seeing the early side of the half from No Limit Gaming. They're leaning heavily towards this B site. They can't take Cave. And it feels like this is just what we've seen previously.
I'm going to see some aggression here. Some control taken from Abu Willie. That donut smoke, as it dissipates, surely going to be calling the mids clear. It's just a line along the minimap there. All 5 players on the side of NLG just waiting for any peaks or pushes, but nothing's been given to them so far.
Yeah, look at the mid player as well. That's ND. He just played that so passively. Now they're rotating another towards B, and it's the perfect time. Johnny does get caught out. Man advantage found from No Limit Gaming. Molly, that's going to slow down the hit.
A Molly flash combo completely taking Johnny out of the server, really. Really nice from NLG. Look at ND, he finds 2. These last 2 players swinging out towards Ram. Might be able to find another hit. ND just keeping himself alive. Switches to that PT-50, but the final 3 kills found in quick succession. And Berzerk, they find 11. But yeah, what a great half. Obviously, we saw Berzerk looking so strong on that CT side. We have mentioned time and time again how this map is CT-sided, but especially when it's NLG's pick, we're expecting a little bit of a closer half there.
Yeah, they only strung 2 rounds together, and that was the best they got. They got 2 sets of 2 rounds. They couldn't put anything more up. But overall, Berzerk, they showed a great half on that map, and it wasn't even their map pick.
Can't wait to see the second half, but that will be just after the break. But yeah, obviously, we're going to be going back into that second half very shortly. NLG, they have the chance to show what their CT side is looking like, but it's all dependent on this pistol round. Obviously, Berzerk, they're 5 rounds off. They're 5 rounds off winning the first map, Charlie. So if Berzerk can win this pistol round, I think it's going to be a really tough road back for NLG.
Yeah, and NLG really have to show what they're made of here. There's no room really for mistakes. You mentioned it, Berzerk win the pistol. It's sort of all but done. Only going to be a few rounds off. So it's going to be really tough for them. And if Berzerk can close this out, they are going to be looking at a 2-0. But we do every now and again see either team taking their opponent's map pick. But will this be one of them?
ND and Chanky, I think they're questioning what util to buy. We do just have a smoke and a Molotov on the side of Berzerk. Wonder where they're going to be going. Seems as though they are going to be going towards B. There are only 2 defenders for now.
Yeah, no utility on the CT side at all. They've chosen the armor, favouring the gunfights here, and I can see why. Okalicious takes the first. Johnny, a clean 1-tap, gets the second on Devran.
I'll be able to find the third here, but has to reload, gets stuck in the open. This aggression towards left side, though. Red able to find one, looking for the second. Going to be swinging together. Abu Willie only finding one, and it's just Chanky and the star player on the side of Berzerk. I'll be able to find one here. He does. Looking for the second, but does get taken down. And NLG, they find their first on this CT side.
Get the pistol. As soon as you mentioned Chanky there, I started to believe, but it wasn't to be. The defuse does come through. And the lack of util on No Limit Gaming wasn't really a problem. It was just the gunfights they favoured and the gunfights they won, really. But that's the first step in a long road back. They needed to win that pistol. Now they have to stop the force buy of Berzerk. And AK, 3 Galils, NT, maybe going to get a Galil of his own.
Yeah, they do. Both teams obviously opt to buy that bomb plant, helping them out a lot. We do have Abu Willie on the AK. Doesn't have any head armor, though.
Yeah, look at this. In the whole server, we have 8 pieces of utility. I can't believe that only 2 smokes on the side of Berzerk, the rest on No Limit Gamer. But this is going to be a real round that comes down to gunfights. Will be settled on mechanics.
This is just all going to be gunfights, really. First one might be coming through now. We got Chanky on the Galil.
Yeah, now No Limit Gamer are going to know that they've definitely forced into this one, so be a little bit more wary.
We'll see whether PDY will be able to replicate Chanky's aggression towards middle. Seemingly going to be the window player in this matchup, or in this half. Abu Willie getting slightly aggressive towards B, trying to find something.
Oh no.
Finds 2!
That's the 1 AK. Gets 2 kills, takes a lot of damage. That's man advantage gained, and look at Devran in the back.
Oh my
he can't get the kill.
He's trying to line up the clean headshot, didn't want to take any risk there, but it just got him taken out the server. That's why sometimes...
They are running here. Look at all the noise they've made. PDY, he's going to be so aware. Where's that Marky, in fact? But Marky, either way, someone's getting a lot of information. The CT's full rotating in.
Do have that CT smoke, but the donut player in such a strong position here. Yeah, and there it is. Marky able to find one. Abu Willie gets another through the smoke. We got a second donut player. We got a player in Temple. And this hold is going to be near impossible to break. And there it is. PDY getting a second in the round there. NLG, they get 2 in a row, and they surely will be able to find this third as well. Berzerk going to have to eco. And this game, although it seemed very favored to Berzerk, it's getting a lot closer.
You have to imagine, if Devran got that kill, what would we be saying? That would have been a 4v2 if he got that kill. But no limit gaming, they take it. They're 5 rounds off, and they're up against the Pistols. 5 Deagles of Berzerk. Abu Willie, the only player with armor.
Abu Willie in that last round didn't even have head armor, and they got those 2 openings. And I really liked what Berzerk opted to do. They decided to hold. There was still that player towards Cubby. If Devran was able to get that kill, I think, Berzerk find that round every day of the week. Got aggressive Redders here, though, with that MP9. Going to try and make a lot of money here. Chanky might be able to find this kill. Ooh. These MP9s doing a lot of damage so far.
Yeah, just don't want to get too aggressive. Don't want to give up that man advantage anymore. Chanky looking like they want to push through A. The site is fully clear right now. No one's even in donut.
Perks. Just the clean drive-by onto ND. We've just got Johnny here. The bomb is dropped. Johnny's going to have to do on an absolute show here to even have a chance of winning this round. Unable to connect the first bullet. Oh, getting himself out of there for the time being. All 4 players here on this B site guarding the bomb. And this holding behind though. And this is where Chanky might get found. Johnny just running back. Game of cat and mouse here between these 2 players.
Chanky actually gets slight time in until PDY comes back and absolutely rips him off the server. That's 7-11 now. 14 rounds. 4 rounds apart on these teams.
Do have a lot of a couple SMGs. They what 2? Oh no, they decided to upgrade to the AWP. Good decision there. Only 1 MP9 against those 5 AKs.
It does give you the opportunity to get really up in the face of the rivals though. Get really aggressive. And the utility is forced Berzerk back. They don't want to fight that. They don't want to risk pushing through those smokes, through the mollies.
Do have a little bit. Oh, it seems as though they're going to be going towards A, but the bomb is still dropped towards T spawn. Do have Chanky here, going to be trying to sell a little bit of a fake towards B.
There are 3 defenders towards this bomb site now.
It's all about timing here. As the smoke fades, they're going to be pushing out. Oh, this headshot position is so tough to clear. They don't have any utility lined up for now. The Molotov comes in. Oh, but he's able to get 1. Looks for the second. Does a lot of damage, and that's PDY now. Will be the defender of this bomb site. No smoke for Donut as of right now. ND finds PDY. It's a 4 versus 3. But Johnny and ND so low HP. And slowly creeping in. Gets found by Johnny. Doesn't get the timing. And surely this round will go the way of Berzerk. It's just Ocalicious and Perks here.
Yeah, there are a few players low HP. Johnny 13, ND gets taken out the server. This is doable. It's 1 versus 2. And it's just that MP9.
Going to be able to get very mobile though. Brought it to 1 versus 1. Retrieve the AK on the headshot angle. Has the flash. Oh, peeks before it. Chanky gets the kill. And that's Berzerk finding 12. 4 rounds away from closing out this first map.
Yeah, the economy, on both teams still isn't perfect. No limit gaming, they do buy, they're juggling around weapons. So this could be a really scrappy round here. Both teams are slightly limited on weaponry utility.
Those 2 kills from Ocalicious, they're so strong, but Johnny very quick to trade. And I think the sheer numbers that Berzerk had there made it really tough for NLG to really do anything there. This is where the money's going to be a real question for NLG. If Berzerk are able to win this round, he will find 14. Oh, Devran!
That was the open red. That was the hardest hitter on No Limit Gaming. Gets absolutely nothing. Wants to find his team the opening pick and gets caught out for it.
I think statistically, Devran, he's 8 and 11 in this game so far, but constantly been getting these opening picks and having a lot of impact. Obviously, the stats don't always tell the full story. A weapon being blown towards him. Chanky getting a kill with the nade. The util on this Berzerk side is just so strong.
Already out of mid. They're going to be lining up towards B. They're slowly taking cave. There's no defender there yet, but Perks, he's rotating in. No defuse kits as well, so if this bomb goes down, No Limit Gaming can be in a really difficult situation.
They do have a little bit of util here as well. They can just smoke off both sides. We'll put them in quite a rough post plant. They do just, yeah, they're going to be opting to send it through. Orkalicious spamming through the smoke. Unable to connect yet. There's a little bit of damage, but we do have Perks. He's been waiting in this position for a while now. Able to... Oh, not even able to get one. Abu Willy so aware. Gets a second through the smoke. Abu Willy currently 20 and 9.
Yeah, we've been talking about Chanky a lot, but Abu Willy just as important. The ult can be retrieved right now. ND gets taken out by the MP9 of Marky, and look at this tease hunting. They want to take this AWP out. They want to take everything away from NLG.
I don't even think NLG will be able to buy around the AWP. Obviously, having that hero weapon into the round is going to be nothing but helpful. I think it's going to still be a really tough round regardless. Johnny might be able to find this kill now, surely. Yep. And there it is. Johnny closing it out. We'll be able to save the AWP as well. And that's Berzerk finding 13. Surely will be the eco from NLG. We'll see Berzerk get 2 rounds of being the victors in this first map on their opponent's map pick, Charlie.
You're really dominant. I'm very excited for the next couple of maps. That's if we get the both of them. Berzerk looking so good on this one. Red, I feel like we've seen glimpses of the open prowess, but it just hasn't been consistent.
Oh, Devran in a really tough position there. Marky finds 2. With that USP, the nade's going to come in and do a lot of damage as well, keeping them from taking that AWP. Johnny, though, once again has a lot of targets. Oh, and he's able to get all of them. Abu Willy steals one away from him. We'll be able to retrieve the AWP, but NLG find 2 kills there on that full eco. They're going to be happy with it.
It made that interesting. Marky, I want to see this. Gets one instantly, bones the second.
It's 4 headshots in 4 bullets. He's just taken both of them out the server.
Yeah, a different world. That could have been an even closer round, but pause is called here. And I think when you're this, when your backs are this close to the wall, I think you're going to need it. Berzerk, double the amount of rounds. There's No Limit Gaming right now.
I think as well, obviously, they are on that full buy. They don't have the AWP onto red. Oh, they do have the AWP onto red.
So that's hiding down there at the bottom.
Yeah. I couldn't see it against the background. Blends so nicely in. But no, red with the AWP might be able to do a lot of damage here. But in the last round he had, it was taken out the server instantly by Devran with a Galil. Now Devran's got his favored weapon. Wonder what we'll see in this round.
I don't think the CTs have any diffuse kits as well. So that's going to be an issue potentially later on.
We've seen that situation time and time again, where there has been no kits from the CT. Oh my god, look at that smoke! That main smoke there from CT. Doesn't much matter though, because we've already got the T's pushed through it. Devran trying to open up this A site early on with the AWP that's elevated on the boxes. That's Marky finding the kill.
There's 2 other players nearby. How long can Marky delay for? How long can Marky survive for? Not long. And in the meantime, Red's got dropped as well. You mentioned he got dropped very early last time. Just a rinse and repeat of the last round. This is such an important one. This could be the last full buy for No Limit Gaming, and it's all falling apart. Perks does get one back, but it's a 3 versus 2. Pushes through, and then nade takes them down. Berzerk. You mentioned the utility. Been perfect this game.
I think that swing there from Perks, obviously it was necessary. They were in that disadvantaged situation, but he swung so wide, Charlie. He was out in the open, all 3 players, eyes on him. I think, a couple trying to jiggle the site, you might be able to get a kill there. He just fully swung expecting players to line up, and it wasn't meant to be. But Berzerk, look at the difference in weaponry. It's 4 AKs and an AWP against some FAMASs and MP9s. Never a situation you ever want to be in. Obviously, NLG, they do have a chance into this round, but Berzerk, they are looking so dominant here.
Yeah, so difficult when your map pick is on the line and you're fighting with FAMASs and MP9s.
Pushing through a gap in the smoke, but he gets taken down. That's 2 kills for Berzerk in a matter of seconds. And now they just need Berzerk. They can just slowly play out this round. There's only 2 flashbangs on the side of NLG. Nothing to deter this push. And Devran might be able to find this pick. Copy player. Oh, he does swing out. Red able to find one. Going to want to try and retrieve that AWP. Is his favored weapon. And Marky from behind. Oh, God. Oh, Perk's getting found. It's just Red with that FAMAS. Didn't opt to take the AWP. And Shanky might be able to find the kill here. And he does. And that's 16-7. Berzerk close out on NLG's map pick. Absolutely crazy stuff there. Berzerk, the players looking so strong. Obviously, we saw Chanky, Abu Willy looking... Well, everyone really on the side of Berzerk. Those 2 players are ones that I'd like to point out, though. Chanky and Abu Willy getting aggressive so much on that CT and T side. Just absolutely crazy stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, completely. I think those 2 players, that they really stuck out in terms of the top performing players in the whole server. But someone I want to point out quickly is Red. I felt like we saw glimpses of how good they were with the AWP, but it seemed like they tried to force too many fights and they just really didn't come their way, and they got taken down too many times for it. And it cost the team the opening pick, as well as losing the AWP, the best weapon in the game.
Obviously, you know, Red still has another chance with the AWP. It will be on Mirage, though, not their team's map pick, and that will be shown just after the break.
Flash, walk into the room, I see it's them flash. Cameras out getting on me. Flash, fly as I play on a runway. I'ma be a big star one day. Flash, can't afford to lose focus. Flash, step on stage and all the girls go flash. Straight to the hole like I'm MJ. And I'm on point like a switch. Flash, walk into the room, I see it's them flash. Cameras out getting on me. Flash, fly as I play on a runway. I'ma be a big star one day. Flash, can't afford to lose focus. Flash, step on stage and all the girls go flash. Straight to the hole like I'm MJ. And I'm on point like a switch. Straight to the hole like I'm MJ. And I'm on point like a switch. Flash, walk into the room, all I see is them flash. Cameras out getting on me. Flash, fly as I play on a runway. I'ma be a big star one day. Flash, can't afford to lose focus. Flash, step on stage and all the girls go flash. Straight to the hole like I'm MJ. And I'm on point like a switch.
Body state of mind, dancing with somebody under cherry skies. Body state of mind, dancing with somebody. Body state of mind, dancing with somebody under cherry skies. Body state of mind, dancing with somebody. Dancing with under cherry skies.
Welcome back, guys. How are we all doing after that short break? Obviously, first map, Ancient, going the way of Berzerk, but we do have Berzerk's map pick coming up, and it's Mirage. And what are you thinking about that one, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. We did have NGL play it the other day as well. They did lose it 16-12, but obviously they did win Ancient as well last game. So I'm not too sure what to expect from this one. Obviously, you'd have to favour Berzerk. It is their map pick, but anything can happen. This is CS, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from Red. He's the player I targeted a little bit last game.
I feel like we saw moments, but nothing consistent. And Mirage is something where everyone's a bit more comfortable. Everyone can play it a bit more to their own strengths, and I feel like we're going to see that a bit more this one.
We did see on that CT side for Berzerk, we saw the double offset come up quite, it came up quite frequently. We saw one towards middle and also towards B. And whether we'll see that again, because obviously we do see time and time again, we do see those double up setups on CT side Mirage. So hopefully that's something they're going to be bringing into this game. It did work very well for them. And, I can't wait to see how this best of 3 unfolds. Obviously, NLG, they're in the hot seat. They've got to win both of these matches, both of these maps to take this series, and they're kind of on the back foot. And we need to see a strong start from them, or I think it's gonna go the way of Berzerk.
Yeah, no room for error in this one, but obviously because it is Berzerk's map pick, they get to choose the side, so we'll likely see them on that CT side, the slightly favored one on Mirage. So we will be able to get to see how they perform on their CT side early on, rather than obviously last time they were forced into the slightly weaker side, and it took them a while to get into the game, and it sort of messed up their whole flow. They never really got the momentum going, and they never really were able to carry anything through. But on this one, you mentioned it, the double up. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing that out a bit more on the CT side, and hopefully we get to see NGL take a bit more of an early lead.
Yeah, I think obviously NLG they're gonna be on that CT side early on. I think if they're able to string some rounds together, just as though Berzerk did, I think it could go their way. I think a lot of teams are going to be very well versed on a map like Mirage. It's kind of it's a very common map. It's not one of those punish picks. It's not like Nuke. It's not like Vertigo. It's not like Ancient. And I think a lot of teams are going to be well versed on it. So I can't wait to see how they do fare against Berzerk. But obviously, it's all speculation. I can't wait to see how this game does unfold, because both teams are looking really strong. As you mentioned, we did see glimpses from many players on the side of NLG, but obviously not enough to bring them that victory on their map pick.
Yeah, it actually surprises me that in that Ancient game, none of the standout players were actually really any of the AWPers. Obviously, Devran had moments as well. Obviously, Berzerk won by so much. I think regardless of how well you played, you probably have a lot of kills in that game. The stars are obviously maybe like Abu Willie, players like that. Players that we wouldn't really expect. And is this something that Berzerk are going to be able to replicate? Will they be able to have all those riflers perform just as well on Mirage? Map that everyone knows slightly better. Everyone will be able to perform more, like I said, to their own strengths. And I don't know if we're going to have those two riflers both be able to step up at the same time again. This is where we're going to be looking more towards the AWPers. Someone like Devran, I feel like he can really take control of the game on the side of Berzerk. But starting on that T side, it can be a bit more difficult to AWP, but we do have the vetoes underway. Oh, sorry, we've already got the vetoes underway. We're just confirming the map pick. Yeah, it is Mirage, second map.
We are going to be going into it, yeah.
NLG. Abu Willie, got a bit of utility. He's the only player with any utility. No limit gaming this time. They do invest some on their CT side.
No kit though, and I think that could be a bit for them. I like how aggressive these players are getting though. 3 players all fast towards Ram, but Johnny and Devran getting some kills. We do see Red able to find one, but getting taken down as well. The utility still in play on Ocalicious. Surely the site is just going to go the way of Berzerk. A very fast start from them. And Ocalicious is going to get swarmed. Able to get himself out of there, actually. I wasn't really expecting the nade, though. Look how much damage it does. We've got PDY on the long flank.
2 players around that 50 HP mark, but... Oh, how has he got the kill? Pushing through murder hole.
Oh, it was the fake flash. He pulled the pin on the flash, and it forced the player to turn away. Ocalicious with the big brain, and they close it out. The fake flash. Ocalicious, what a round from him.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
That was so cool.
There was 2 players in that position. And one of the hardest to take the fight, able to push through the little cubby into window and find those 2 kills. And somehow win an impossible round.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see it again, and hopefully you guys will, because he just pulled the pin on the flashbang on the smoke, I believe, and then pushed through, and it forced the players to back turn. I really like it from them. Yeah, but NLG, they're starting off right. They're starting off strong. They need to keep this going.
Berzerk, they have invested into this. A missed window smoke. It could be difficult. There's Galils. They're just pushing out. It's only Galils, and they've got no utility. They have nothing. Similar to what we saw in the first map. They are just fighting in gunfights, but this time No Limit Gaming, they've got something more to fight with.
Ooh, PDY able to find one. Chanky getting the trade. 4 versus 3 though. Oh, the spam. A lot of damage, but not coming through. One is down. On Chanky needs to get this kill and get himself out of here. Malicious though towards CT. Might be able to see this elevated ticket player soon. Oh wait, they don't have a kit, Charlie. This is going to be a real problem for NLG. They're going to have to strike soon.
They've only got about 10 seconds to retake this.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. They close out the round in 1 second.
Yeah, that was worrying there. A kit. I feel like that's going to be the first thing we see invested into the next round. Because 2 times in a row, it's got a bit worrying, but they do close it out. They best the force buy of Berzerk, the Galils. They got a couple of kills here or there, but when it really mattered, the 3 versus 3, nothing could be done.
Do you see Berzerk though? They're ulting for the force buy in the next. Just before we went into this replay, you know, I've seen the AKs be invested. Yeah, they opt to force again. Only 5 pieces of utility though. Going to be really tough for them. Yeah, I think they're just going to be trying to go fast towards B.
It's going to be really tough for them to default it, as they don't have any util. It doesn't matter though. Chanky just through the smoke. Okalicious gets destroyed.
Do have Abu Willie shifting towards underpass. Going to try and take a little bit of control and do a little bit of damage as well. Might get found though. Oh, Chanky gets taken down by Red. Going to be dropping the smoke. Abu Willie does have the chance to get this kill. Marky getting a lot of information as well. Just dropping the smoke as well. Just going to be dancing around it, trying to do as much damage as possible. They're sending it back towards A. Abu Willie's cleared all of this out.
They have to be aware of that jungle position, but Perks, such a good angle, such an interesting position, such a difficult one to clear. Could get all 3.
Oh, he gets all 3. Oh, Perks.
So well played. 3-0, the force buys. Surely we can't see another one.
You never know. Chanky getting that opening kill, though, did so much for Berzerk. It wasn't meant to be.
It was just a lack of util. As soon as they started to push and then the smoke got dropped on that B site, and as soon as they called it to rotate, they had nothing left. They had 1 flash at that point.
A little bit passive here from the CTs. They do have that entrance towards middle, but a lot of damage being dealt right now. That window smoke mollied off has done everything for them. ND1 finding Okalicious. And Molotov deterring the peak for the time being.
Yeah, just these eagles. An M4 is retrieved on Abu Willie. He's 50 HP. He gets found, and now it's just Chanky, top mid, Deagle and Armor, 1 versus 4. Too much to ask from even Chanky.
Surely can't be able to do anything. Gonna try and retrieve a weapon, surely, but neglecting the bomb. Just wants to go for kills, try and reduce the economy on the side of NLG, but does get found by Red.
That's 4-0. It's always the opponent's map picks, apparently. No Limit Gaming, they're looking very good, but a good start doesn't mean much in the long run. Devran, will he be getting that AWP, or is... Oh, maybe they're dropping it to Johnny for the peak.
Johnny does have the spawn. You have the AWP on Red as well. Oh, and look how many players are going towards this window position. They're going to try and take as much mid control as possible. Johnny unable to find the kill. We can see this aggression towards middle now. Johnny keeping the AWP for the time being, awaiting this peak from Red. Only 10 damage done from the nade. Red might be able to find this kill, though. The crosshair placement is impeccable.
Just look how passive the T's are playing. They got Flashbang lined up, but he gets the first. That's it. Devran, the AWP, taken down.
Oh, they do see. Oh, Red gets another. Looking for that potential third. But NLG possibly can get 5 rounds in a row here. ND1 might be a real problem player for them towards his under position. But the second he strikes, NLG decide to fall back.
Now it leaves Berzerk such a difficult situation. Their AWP has gone. So was their top performing player last game. It's just these 3 players remaining with only a little bit of utility, just that one smoke.
Red is so fast with the AWP. And it's just Johnny towards this short position. Surely going to get found here. Doesn't even get a kill. All 5 players stay alive for the side of NLG. It seems like we've got a mirrored side in this match. NLG seems to be winning these rounds so cleanly now. That came all off the back of Red.
He's 9-1 right now. He's got 9 KD. But this is the issue for Berzerk. If they're allowing Red to get back into this game, he's going to really start to build up some confidence. I think he's only about 3-4 kills off of what he had in the whole last game. We're in round 6.
Might be able to increase his kills now. It seems as though they are going towards middle. Red going to be jumping into that window position. Oh, he's just straight rotating in. Oh, but Johnny might be able to find this pick onto Marky. The kills are getting traded across. They're stuck towards short, though, for the time being. They're going to be going back. Oh my god, I didn't even realize Shanky's position. Doesn't get the top. Devran fell out of the window and died of full damage.
Wait, what?
That's the 6th round for NLG. Devran, unfortunately, not able to get much into the... Yeah, I think he jumped from short to window and missed the jump. Hopefully we'll be able to see that.
It is a slight issue, but Red building up his KD a little more. That's 6 in a row now. The only 6 of the game. No Limit Gaming, they've taken them all.
You said it. Red looking so strong. Wait, is he 10-1 now?
Yeah, I think 10-1.
Shanky losing a lot of health there from that Molotov. Nade unfortunately doesn't land on the side of NLG. We've got 3 players towards this box's position. We do still have a lot of explosive util on the side of NLG.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting this mid position a lot more than previous. A lot of the time they've only sent Shanky here alone. Got a lot of players here to fight this.
Oh, Kalicious might get found here. Devran, his crosshair placement's perfect. Doesn't opt to pull the trigger though. We need to see some changes from Berzerk. Nice, lovely flash. Talk about supporting your players. ND flashing in Johnny so perfectly there. That's the opening for Berzerk, but they need to capitalize on it. They can't lose the next pick.
Oh, Kalicious. Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. AWP's taken down. Devran. He's struggling in this game. Abu Willie does get the man advantage back. 2nd
kill into the game, though. Player like Abu Willie, you do not want him playing like this. You need him to be performing. He was one of the top performers in that Ancient match. You can see how they won it so cleanly. Oh, he's going to be coming in from the skies.
No.
Oh, he gets taken down.
Yeah, that's the support from PDY there. The spam's not coming through. Marky's been a real nuisance here. The bomb's just arrived. Come from the ramp position. There's 15 seconds on the clock. And Marky, 14 HP, gets them both.
Oh, NLG looking so strong in this game. Even in those tough situations, able to close it out. Marky somehow keeping himself alive there. And NLG, they find 7.
Yeah, they had the disadvantage for so much of that round, but Marky, such a good job. So well played. PDY, nice play to support his teammate there. And it is this sort of force here for Berzerk. Shanky has no util on his AK. ND and Devran, they're playing on Galils.
Once again, you've got to realize Berzerk, they really don't opt for that utility. They go for weaponry every time. I think it's a real misplay, especially as they do seem to be taking mid a lot. They only have a couple smokes to smoke off that connector or mid window position. And it means that when they do opt to execute the sites, they have nothing. It's making it really tough for them.
And I feel like in the first map, we were just praising how good their util damage was. They're not really getting a chance to do any.
I think something that we need to see from Berzerk is I think we need to see a pause, and I think we need to see them change how they're playing. That we see time and time again they are opting for those full forces, investing all their funds with very little weaponry and utility to back it up. I think we just need to see a change from them because this game is nowhere near out of control for them. They can easily bring it back. It's all about mindset here. And surely the coach and in-game leader, you know, gonna need to be calling a pause soon. But 3 kills coming the way for NLG. It's just these remaining 2 players, Abu, Willie, and ND.
ND's in a really good position. He will get this kill, and that'll be the A site clear. Abu Willie with the bomb on his back. He's running as quick as he can, just evades around the corner.
Surely aware of this market player. Oh, Red takes down Abu Willie. That's the bomb carrier, and it's just ND. There's already a player CT1 in connector, and Red takes the kill from short. Red currently 13-1. Gonna try and keep hold on to that 13 KD. That's a lovely stat to keep yourself going.
Yeah, the half buy's going to be coming out here for Berzerk. I'd like on their next full buy if they did call a ball, just discuss, because I think what Berzerk did there, it was a nice play. They got up short, they were pushing it for wraps. They had no util to really stop the players on the site just shooting them down.
Just seems like we are going to see something fast towards A. We do have 2 players here, but PDY towards that balcony position is going to be really tough to clear out. The Molotov comes in towards connector. It's going to force Red to rotate into the A site. And this is where the nade comes in.
Gonna be an A here. These pistols, they're all lining up. PDY gets 3, switching to the USB, he gets 4. He's gone for the ace.
He's not hunting for it though, because he doesn't want to lose his life, and Oculicious will close it out. But that's 9 in a row for NLG.
You wouldn't believe they lost their last map of Mirage, would you? This is really well played so far on their CT side. They're looking very dominant, looking very strong.
NLG, they need to keep this going, because if you know, they can get 10 hit very easily. Obviously, it is the full buy from Berzerk. We do see Devran on that AWP. Just needs to utilize it in this round. Unable to spot anything towards ramp yet. And PDY getting really aggressive here. I love this from them.
Yeah, how much more will they push though? Look, there's a player very close, Palace as well. They can clear that. That's being held by Red with the AWP.
Do you see Chanky pushing towards middle, trying to take some control here. Oh, and it seems though they're going to be trying to wrap towards short. The flash comes in towards connector. As the smoke lands, there's a slight gap in that. Not too sure whether that is intentional, but might be able to find a pick through it nonetheless.
Bomb is towards short. 2 players pushing up. How
Look at
strong?
Mucky's position.
Yeah, such a good position, but the short players can often negate it, and that's exactly what happens. ND takes him out through the Molotov. The players are pushing. Perks can't get anything. This surely has to be a Berzerk round. Oculicious pushes through.
Able to find one. This round's all on the back of Oculicious. Bomb planter doesn't stick it. Oculicious! Oh my god, gets a 4th on for the ace! Oh my god! 19
1 HP,
HP.
but he does so much. Chanky's out of this round, and Oculicious, the confidence. The balls on this man just to push through and instantly beams people with that A1S.
That was 4 kills with a matter of like 10 seconds. Talk about stepping up when needed. Oh, he gets a second.
And look at
Just
this. This
so
feels so
clean.
clean there. Everything Oculicious, perfect. I feel like we haven't mentioned his name too much in this series, but we're definitely not going to forget about that one. 10-0 around that finally Berzerk should have won. Gets ripped away from them.
I think if Berzerk do lose this series, I think that's a round that's going to be playing through their heads while they sleep tonight. Because you can't let a player get 4 kills that quickly. Nearly got the 5th as well. Did 81 damage.
Just a simple B rush here. Red
Oh,
with the
Red with the
collat, and
collat.
Johnny, he's tagged as well. Marky just gonna sweep them up. Perks is holding, but he's not even gonna get a chance. Just Chanky.
16-1. Red obviously doesn't want to lose his life here. Wants to keep the KD building. 16 KD.
Yeah, ridiculous. Incredible play so far from No Limit Gaming. They're looking so good. Here's the collat. So good. He got tagged just before that as well.
I love the repeat. The confidence clearly worked for them. But that's 11 rounds in a row, Charlie. Berzerk don't seem to be able to find anything on their map pick. And look at this aggression towards under. Won't be expecting the AWPer towards this lower part of mid. Won't be getting much help from window, though, as the resmoke's going to be coming in now. This is where Red could get caught out. We could be seeing Red lose that 16 KD, Charlie.
I think he cares more about the win here. Coming to 3 maps and they're looking really set for it, but yep, that's Red gone.
As a top performing player on NLG getting taken down, and this is where Berzerk really do have a chance now. They've got that opening pick, they've got that mid control, but they need to capitalize off it.
Spams aren't connecting, it's gonna be this A hit.
And Shanky's position really strong. Oh, PDY able to find one through the smoke, looking for a second. Flash will come in.
44 now, they've leveled things up. Chanky does kill the CT player, but there's another in his place. Okalicious, the Danger Man, just last round.
Nabi Willie's getting a kill. It's a 2 versus 4. Okalicious gonna have to pull off similar heroics as he did in the previous disadvantage round. And it's just Okalicious, 28 HP, 1 versus 3. Surely you can't do this one, Charlie. Yeah, Johnny's surely. And there we go. Berzerk, they find their first round. And hopefully for them, they can string some together.
Yeah, they're finally on the board. You mentioned it. No AWP's going to be out. Just these rifles, but they finally do it. And all it came was from killing Red. The top performing player, the player that they haven't been able to shut down more than twice, but they finally do it. And I like the call as well. Waiting so long in that connector position, then finally striking.
You know, that's the first round that Red's died since the pistol. It was pistol round that he died.
Yeah, incredible.
Keeping himself alive for 10 rounds in a row.
Still a lot. Yeah, look at the money left on No Limit Gaming. I think they'll be good for the rest of the half, regardless of what Berzerk do.
Look at the damage dealt with those nades.
Yeah, nice bit of chip damage makes these rifles all able to one-tap.
4 players very close towards mid here. Okalicious does have a real chance. ND finding one. That's another opening pick for Berzerk. Chanky might be able to find this play towards ramp, and he doesn't. He has the read and the positioning, but doesn't find the kill. Oh, I love this from Okalicious. And tucked in towards that con position. Oh, he's able to get one. Awaiting the second, but unable to get it. You have Red towards ticket.
Yeah, player Berzerk jumped into window. That's Johnny. Oh, he could catch off PDY here.
He's 8 HP. It's Red with the AWP. And he takes him down. PDY is still remaining on this A site. 8 points of health. And will be the lone defender. Surely won't be able to do much in this round.
Yeah, you feel he's got to at least get one, but that might be too tall an order.
I think they are going to clear him. He doesn't get anything. Devran gets the kill. It's a 1 versus 3 now. Do you think Marky even goes for it? Obviously, they've got a lot of money, but this is going to be such a tough round.
I think he might have a look in, see if anyone gives him anything. If not, it might just be that save.
Yeah, Berzerk, they definitely aren't going to be giving anything away in this round. They need it so... need this round so much. Oh, and the player towards window closing out the kill. That's Johnny. Berzerk find their second.
Important. They've got to start to come back. You've got to imagine they've got to get all of these last 2 remaining rounds finish with 4 rounds on their T side. It definitely isn't a convincing scoreline, but it will give them their best possible chance on the CT. They picked this map for a reason. We're all still waiting to see why.
Just wondering what Berzerk do to do in this round. Oh, PD! Why able to close out Johnny early on?
I can't believe Red hit that shot. Now
Oh, we
Perks.
got Perks.
Yes, the
Perks
double
on the
AWP. We were talking about this. We finally get to see Abu Willie does take down Red, but man advantage is still in favor of No Limit Gaming, but slightly too aggressive. Chanky finds another, but gets dinked in the process.
We saw it in the last map, how aggressive Chanky was getting. We haven't seen much of that in this game. I think that is the real difference maker. We haven't seen Chanky go for those aggressive peaks towards middle, and it is kind of really hindering that Berzerk attack.
It might be something we see a bit more on the defense of Berzerk. Just jump spotting this B site here. He gets tagged for it.
Chanky towards top mid, able to find one. It's a 1 versus 2 though, and he's 9 HP, and there's still a grenade in play. The bomb is dropped towards this Apps position. Surely Chanky's not going to be able to do much into this one. He needs to find this kill very cleanly.
It's going to take a while in itself, just being able to get the bomb. It doesn't matter though, that's 12 for No Limit Gaming. The best Berzerk can get is 3 rounds in this half.
I really wonder how this is going to affect the mindset of the Berzerk player. Something I was going to mention, obviously, we haven't even seen any tactical pauses used by either team here. I really wonder why Berzerk, they're so, they're on their map pick on T side. Obviously, this map is slightly CT favored, but not this much. I mean, I was expecting a pause being called by Berzerk. Devran able to get one while full blind.
Good start into this one from Berzerk, but he gets ripped away from them very quickly. Both Devran and PTY very low. Oculus just takes down ND.
I'll just drop in the smoke now. They're bombing it up towards short. Oculus might be able to find this kill. Johnny, though, able to take him down. It's a 3 versus 3 now. Both Devran and Johnny very low HP.
Oh, from slip back into the smoke. Does survive for now. But the bomb, look where the bomb is though. It's in such a difficult situation. No teammates around them.
He's still trapped towards ladder. I think awaiting his teammates' play. Chanky though, surely this round's all going to be on his back. The only player on the side of Berzerk that has full HP. Devran might get a timing here.
I think they're waiting for Chanky to try to make a play, but nothing. Straight into the waiting arms of Reds. But Devran, 22 HP, takes down PDY.
Still going to be going towards A. Red has a real chance here. Doesn't hit the shot. Are aware.
Chanky just came from this position not long ago. Oh no!
Oh, he takes down the bomb planter. That's NLG. They find 13.
Devran was watching from the top, but gets nothing.
Absolutely crazy stuff there. Obviously, Berzerk, it was their map pick, unfavored side, but not that unfavored. NLG, they find 13. What a great half from them. I can't wait to see how the second half plays out.
Yeah, such a strange series so far. Both teams dominating on the other's map pick. But second half, Berzerk, they have to do something quickly or this game will go the way of NGL.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing second half very shortly, but it's just going to be after these ads. Welcome back, guys. Obviously, we're going to be going into the second half very shortly, but NLG, they put up absolute numbers there, 13-2 on that CT side, and it's all going to come from the pistol. If they win that pistol round, they find 14, and that's where Berserk, they're going to be in a world of hurt. They're either going to have to force into a full buy and potentially give up the game, or they opt to go for overtime. I really don't think what's going to be going into the mindset of the in-game leader, of the coach in that situation. But yeah, talk about the pistol round. We're going to be going into it right as we speak.
I think you touched on it really well there. I think if they do lose this pistol round, it's just going to be forced until the end of the game, because giving up overtime when you're 15-2 down will be impossible, but we're not there yet. 13-2 in favor of No Limit Gaming this pistol round. This could spell the end for Berzerk in this Mirage.
Just a little bit of NLG. They've opted to split. They've left one player towards Palace, 2 towards mid, 2 towards under. I like this. NLG very confident in their abilities to find those opening picks alone. But we got Johnny, who will be tested here. The Molotov doesn't land, but all 4 players going to be bursting out towards middle. Seems though they're going to be going up connect. And Marky, though, trying to find one, does get taken down. Johnny here pressured in this position. Trades coming through, but they are in favor of Berzerk so far.
All players towards this A site right now. There's no way they can back off, and Chanky finishes with his 3rd of the round. And such a necessary win. Obviously, I'm imagining we're going to see No Limit Gaming forcing this one. It is often in this meta now better to win the 2nd round than it is the pistol, as you don't get that early loss bonus on the other team, so they can shut them down quickly. But will we see No Limit Gaming force? That's going to be the question. They are just sticking with the pistols for now. They want to get a full buyout as quick as possible. I do quite like it, but there is obviously the chance that they could have ended it now.
Do you have Devran on the scout? That's a weapon we haven't seen in a while. Very confident here. Obviously expecting these Glocks, if there was no bomb plant. You have Johnny here, though, getting aggressive towards under. Going to be dropping the smoke, trying to keep himself alive as long as possible, but look how much damage Devran's doing just from the skies into that window position, able to find another with the ESP, and it's just Marky, 39 health. Surely going to get taken down, he does, and Berzerk, they find 4.
Yeah, I mean, No Limit Gaming got 1. They just had really Glocks. I think that's what you can really imagine, or you can really hope for. If you get 1 more, it'd be a good eco, but they do have the AKs out now, and a bit of util to back it up. Just compare the weaponry on the sides, 2 FAMASs and 3 M4s versus the 5 AKs. Always going to be favouring the AKs in those situations.
The money on them, obviously, we got a lot of players with a little bit in reserve. Berzerk, if they do lose this round, they're going to be in a really tough spot. Feel like that I'm going to be sounding like a broken record here, because every round really for Berzerk is so important. They're in such a tough position. They really can't make many mistakes.
9 rounds behind, and it could be even more if they lose this one.
Oh, lovely nade there. Perks. Just shy of it, though. Only 14 util damage.
It does still allow these M4s to be one-tappable, though, and that's always a benefit. That's always a perk.
Everyone here awaiting the potential under push. Both teams playing so passively. Obviously, NLG knowing that they can't lose a life. They can't give Berzerk the chance back into this game. And whereas on the side of Berzerk, they know they can't make any mistakes. I feel like that's what we're going to be seeing. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of long rounds here. I don't suppose we'll be seeing much fast aggression, as NLG can just take it slow.
Yeah, completely. I think we're just seeing a limit game there. Going with their default now. It's going to be an A split. The molly is going to delay for now. Got to wait for that extinguish, and now we can see the push coming through. This setup for Con could be brutal. If they kill this stairs player early, they've got all the information.
Oh, but it doesn't much matter. The kills are going the way of Berzerk. Oh, I see that. Ocalicious brings it into a 1 versus 2. Trying to get this kill here, but Johnny with the FAMAS were able to close it out. And Berzerk, they find 5.
Yeah, it got close there at the end, but Berzerk, ultimately, I love that con setup. Chanky with 2. So strong.
You have the scout invested here, going into the next round. It seems as though they had a real chance. Perks, Ocalicious getting 3 between them. There weren't enough players alive. It was brought into that 1v2, and Ocalicious already pretty low HP. Yeah, we do see a slight investment in this round. Wondering what the scout will be able to do. Ooh.
Only one
You are
player
getting
with armor here. And that's the player getting chipped down. A half HP. It's just these Eagles on the scout. Not getting anything done right now.
Berzerk, they want to keep all their players alive. They can't lose any lives because that's reinvestment. They need their money to be so strong here. It's just Okalicious in this Palace position. The 1 versus 5. The aim is just damage here. The real question is whether he'll be given the opportunity to do so.
No one's really peeking him yet. No one's giving him an opportunity. Only Devran's able to go down by 1 hit to the body. The rest all have to be headshots.
And it's just whether they'll be able to do it. Whether they'll be able to find the headshot. Okalicious surely not going to be able to do much into this round. Goes for the quick shot there, but unable to convert.
All the information is gained now. He's going to be trapped in this position. I don't even know if I'm going to let him peek out.
Yeah, he gets found instantly. But that's Berzerk. They find 6.
I'm wondering if this is a similar story to what we saw on the first map, where No Limit Gaming, they show a little bit of fight on their CT side, but ultimately it was too far gone. Still a lot of CS left to be played in this map, though.
Do you see the AWP being brought out for Red? I wonder whether he will be as impactful with it on this half. Obviously, CT side a lot easier with the AWP. Getting aggressive with it on the T side. Sometimes a big risk. You see Okalicious probing a little bit towards this A site. Wanting to try and take some control. And has averted the attention of Berzerk towards a ramp. It's going to allow them to potentially push out towards mid. Look how much util NLG have burnt already. They only have 2 smokes, 2 molotovs, and 2 flashes remaining for this final exec. Oh, Johnny had the read, but unable to get the kill. Devran finds one towards middle. We do have Marky, though, in such a good position. Saying that, he does get taken down quite easily. It seems as though these final 3 players are going to be going towards B, but they do just have 1 Molotov to execute this site. They're going to need to get kills, and they need to get them quickly. Okalicious.
Oh, look at what the 1 kill's done. It's forced one of the CTs back into market. It's forced another to short. The B side is actually clear right now. Abu Willy's starting to make his way back, but Okalicious, he could have done so much without even knowing it. He's getting pushed again.
So much damage dealt.
Yeah, a lot of damage, but no kill. They're starting to come back to B now. These players, these Ts are pushing out Red. He gets the first. Does get taken down. It's just Perks in the 1 versus 2.
We're trying to get that bomb plant. Be able to convert it. No, Chanky closing out. Berzerk now, they're 7 rounds off. 6 rounds off, sorry. On 7 rounds. They do have the opportunity to bring this back. And that's the first pause called of the game.
Yeah, you really wouldn't believe it, would you? It's such an interesting game. I think both teams have a lot they need to change here. No Limit Gaming, they're still not really getting their foot in the door in this half. Berzerk, they've got to keep their mentality, keep their composure if they want to make this comeback happen.
Once again, we are going to see surely limited investment from the side of NLG. Obviously, they don't have enough to fully invest, but we might be seeing some MAC 10s, potentially something fast towards B. I did mention at the start, we haven't really seen much, something fast from NLG. I think this could be the opportunity for them to do it. Just opt for the Deagles, so potentially we will be seeing something slow here, a little bit of a default.
We do have a real chance here. They can do a bit of damage. It's a similar half-bite to what they did last time, where they couldn't get anything going at all. A bit more armor behind this one, but it looks like the story's the same. Marky gets destroyed instantly. Man advantage for Berzerk.
They should be able to win this one fairly cleanly. That's Red getting taken down. They should be able to win this one fairly cleanly, and it'll bring a 5-round difference. This is where Berzerk really do have a chance to bring it back. We spoke about how it seemed as though this game was going to go all 3 maps, but
He does take down the AWP, if he can find the short player.
Chanky, though, so prepared for this push into window, and that's the bomb, Charlie. Any chances of with NLG winning this round surely are forfeited. All perks though, so clean with it, unable to get the second, but it's just Okalicious now in the 1 versus 3.
Yeah, players are swarming all around him. Underpass, Conan window where the 3 CTs remain. Surely he's not going to expect this underpush.
Oh, doesn't expect it, does get the tag. Unable to get the headshot though. And Berzerk, they find 8.
Yeah, weapons retrieved. They've got a lot of money in the bank, so it's not going to be that easy for No Limit Game to reset them.
NLG once again, you know, they've been on match point for the last 6 rounds. They haven't been able to convert anything so far. Will this be their first?
Yeah, Orbs back out on red. Full util with these AKs. We've got to see. This is the round where we get to see what was discussed in the pause. Is the full buy.
Abby Willie early dropping the smoke there, not giving up any chances really. And this is where Devran worried about both short and connector. It's the right call. There are players in both of those positions. Marky might be able to push into ladder here. Oh, it seems as though the B hit's going to be imminent. Abby Willie able to drop the Molotov. They are just trapped behind that utility. Oh, and Abby Willie finds PDY. That's an opening kill for the side of Berzerk.
There's 3 defenders here. This is going to be a shutdown. And that's exactly what it is. Devran with 2, Abby Willie with 2 of his own, and it's just red, just the AWPer.
1 versus 5. Oh, he doesn't see the player there. 47 seconds remaining, but obviously going to be so worried about behind, about those flanks. Do you think, have they seen the bomb? Surely they must have done. Oh, but red.
Yeah, there's no way to get out of this alive, surely.
Oh, close with a no-scope, but there's a 4-round difference between these teams, Charlie. Berzerk, they seem unbreakable on this CT side.
This was a 30-2 half, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like a single round. This is doable. These are the sort of games where teams can get in their own head. Losing such a dominant lead can be brutal. If No Limit Gaming let this happen, there's nothing but bad things can happen with that. They've got to keep their composure, stay calm, keep their mentality.
I spoke about how we could potentially see an overtime, and this would be the map to do it. NLG 3 rounds off converting the game. So much utility being sent out. Devran able to find one. Chanky towards that balcony position gets one. Doesn't get another though. Oh, Devran doing so much here, but it's a 2 versus 3, and everything's smoked off. PDY pushing through the smoke. Going to be evading through the tunnel, through the murder hole position. And it's just PDY now.
There is a chance here. A lot of time to play with. Bomb on his back as well. He's got the bomb. He's staying around for now. Doesn't know where the second player is. They didn't spot Abu Willie.
This is very doable.
Heroics are needed though. If this is the way that No Limit Gaming get their first round on their T side, it'll be ridiculous. It'll be heartbreaking for Berzerk.
I think he's wrapping around towards ramp. And this is going to be so confusing for the side of Berzerk. Because the last time they spotted this player, he was towards jungle. Makes no sense for him to go ramp.
Look at ND. We're going to get to see the fight. How ready will he be? He does have the AWP in play. The shot is missed. It's 15 HP.
Oh my god, does he have time? No, he doesn't. Yeah, he's shaking his head. Doesn't have enough time to go towards that B site, awaiting the hold from the AWPer. Jumping out. They're just playing passive there, but Abu Willie able to close it out. And Berzerk, they find double digits now. There's only a 3-round deficit.
Another full buy can come out from No Limit Gaming, but it feels like they've barely been able to do anything on them. 3 rounds. I can't believe it. Berzerk, 8 rounds in a row. They've done such a good job to come back into this. They can't let it slip now. Another pause is out, and I think that's the right call. I think that's needed. No Limit Gaming really can't get anything done at all. What do you think they need to change? What is it?
I think they need to. I think they need to start sending players out fast. We saw it in that round. It was one of their most successful rounds of the half, and it was just a Deagle investment. They didn't have any AKs, hardly any util. I think if we saw something maybe towards the B side or towards middle, something fast, something aggressive, really try and catch off Berzerk, they might be able to get around. But playing slowly here really isn't favoring them. Berzerk have been doing so well at getting those opening picks and keeping their composure. I think that's where NLG need to throw a spanner in the works. They need to show some aggression. And hopefully for them, they'll be able to win it. Something to mention as well, you touched upon it about how it's going to change the mindsets. They've been on match point for the last 8 rounds, and they've been unable to convert a single round. Think about what that's going to do to the mentality. You see Perks getting aggressive towards under.
Bit more of a default once again. I mentioned it at the start of this half. You can imagine these rounds being very long, drawn out, because no team really wants to give that up. Berzerk, they haven't made a mistake so far, and this sort of playstyle is working so well for them.
I think as well, NLG so dominant on that CT side. I haven't been able to find anything since. This might be the round to do it, though. Real opportunity here. PDY finding the opening pick. Does get caught out by ND in the ladder.
Oh, he forces the kill, but ND does close him out, and that's another kill. Look, ND's always been so low HP, but he always seems to get the kill somehow. Now the B push is coming through. One's already dropped back sight. I don't know if they've spotted him.
Oh, Johnny's so aware of the flank from Marky. Perks, though, able to get another. It's a 2 versus 2 now. The other player towards Apps very fast. It's Chanky. Oh my god, it's a 2 versus 1. NLG have the chance to get their first round of this half. Chanky does get one, forced to reload. And it's Red with the orb, but he finds it through the wall.
Oh, I don't know how that's happened. Perks and Red combining together to get the first round from No Limit Gaming. That was off the pause.
Clearly, we can see that pause did help. Did so much for them. I think it's really disappointing for Berzerk because we saw ND. He was able to get 2 kills in that ladder position. I thought that round was definitely going to go the way of Berzerk, but NLG bring themselves into it. Perks, such a strong round there. Both Perks and Red getting 2 kills apiece.
In fact, if No Limit Gaming win this round, the money on Berzerk will be very split. It'll be very rough. We could be looking at 16-10 just off of this one round.
So Molotov might trap Perks. He is forced to drop the smoke early on.
Mid has been taken. No one's really challenging this. So No Limit Gaming can have it for free. Berzerk, they're just playing towards the sites. They've left one player towards B here.
The flash is going to come out, but that's a bomb dropped. They are just falling back once again. Berzerk have been so good about getting this opening pick and keeping themselves alive. They are trying to get in the bomb plant, but Chanky, once again, in between these two T's.
This looks far too hard for any of them. 14-11. The money on No Limit Gaming is gone. Do have a tech timeout now. But, I mean, just think what that's going to do. I mean, tech timeouts are so strange in the middle of these games because they can really throw off a team's momentum. Berzerk, they're doing so much. Still 3 rounds off. 14-11. From 13-2 down.
So really bring themselves into this. Obviously, they were so successful on Ancient. I was going to say they haven't been able to bring it into this match, but they clearly have. They're looking so strong on the CT side. Able to replicate NLG's CT side. They're only 3 rounds away now, Charlie, into the final stages of this game. NLG, they need to find 2. It was an 11-round difference between these two teams. Let that sink in.
So close. The scoreline, it really doesn't do justice to how unique this match has really been. It looks destined to have been No Limit Gaming's, but Berzerk, they've clawed their way back in. Yeah, I think you mentioned it. I think they do need to go for something fast sometimes. It's been these very slow rounds. It does feel like they're too afraid to lose. Too afraid to lose after their huge lead rather than trying to win on No Limit Gaming. I feel like if they do a few more faster strats together, that might be the play. That might be what works. But right now, No Limit Gaming, they're really struggling in this one. Despite having the 14-round lead, which is such a strange thing to say.
Obviously, they do have that full loss bonus. They will be able to invest slightly into this one. Ocalicious obviously got 5k. Might be able to bring out an AK and armor. Still have enough money in the bank for the next round. But I'd love to see something for us from NLG. I think that could be really the difference there. They could be able to find 15.
Yeah, I mean, I think for most of the game, until No Limit Gaming won their first round on this half, there wasn't a single 1v1. It all came down to the best it was 2v1s, which just shows how dominant Berzerk have been on this CT side. There's only 2 rounds that No Limit Gaming need to win this one.
We're going to be going into it very shortly. The money on the Berzerk side isn't looking too strong either. If NLG are able to win this round, players like Johnny, Abu Willie won't have much funds to invest.
I think if we see some kills from No Limit Gaming come quickly, that's when we might see a save pretty quick. Devran looks like he got time in. Oh, he somehow falls back with his life.
As mentioned, Ocalicious has brought out that AK and armor. Gonna be the real carry in this round. Ocalicious 20 kills. Looking really strong in this. The 4k potential ace is just running through my head as we speak. Gonna need to replicate similar kind of rounds though to bring his team the victory.
Yeah, still playing very slow in this one. They've got Marky out mid. They might just leave him here late round to lurk. Bomb heading towards B. The other 2 players, Ocalicious, you mentioned it, he's the danger man. He's the one that needs to step up. Oh, I like that.
3 players.
Did you see that? He was faking as if someone was jumping into the window position by shooting, making it seem like he's trying to mask the sound.
We've got 3 players very far on the A site. Oh, Red able to find a kill. It's just Abu Willie, the lone defender here, awaiting the rotates. He's able to take down the bomb planter. Gets another as well. What a round from Abu Willie. And it's just Perks in the 1 versus 4. Able to find one. Looking for Abu Willie in this bench position, but there's only 25 seconds left. Able to get the kill. Oh, and it's just Perks on his own. Needs to put up absolute heroics here. This player's just jiggling. Oh, he's so aware.
So low on ammo, though. He has to force this bomb plant. Does get it down, but will get dropped. A nice effort there from Perks. If he had 30 bullets in the mag, I might have even favoured him in that one.
Once again, NLG, they're bringing it close, but not enough. And Berzerk, they're 2 rounds off their opponents now. This game's been brought so close.
Yeah, only 2 rounds in it. Amazing.
What storyline? If Berzerk are able to somehow win this map, it's going to be it's going to be insanity. We're 13-2 down. Talk about not getting shocked by nerves. I'm seeing some aggression here towards middle from the side of NLG. Very fast.
Will they be aware of Johnny and Connector, though? It's a common angle, but it's tough to see behind the smoke sometimes.
Oh, that's the early pick. That's ND1 finding one. The nade will come in, but PDY unable to get the kill. Going to be getting very close here to Connector. Trying to take some control. But once again, that's Berzerk finding the opening.
Yeah, PDY just tucking himself in this connected position. Oh, ND. For a glimpse of a player, but Ocalicious with a needed trade back.
to 4 versus 4 now. Minute left on the clock. Devran, the only player with utility on the side of Berzerk, really. ND's able to find one. Surely they're kind of forced to go towards A now. Oh, ND able to find the comp player again. Might be able to find the AWPer, but Red is able to get a kill. Surely worried about Johnny. Doesn't convert the kill, though. And it's just Red. Does get found. Berzerk now. We're going to be seeing like a half buy from NLG. Berzerk can even this up.
I think they do have enough just to justify the force. Player or two might be a slightly limited. They will have, I think, maybe everyone with an AK. No limit gaming, they'll be able to fight in this one, but it doesn't even feel like a full buy, really. They're just barely getting anything done. Berzerk, they're 1 round off for leveling things up. An SG out for Red. Not a gun we see too often, but it's always fun when we do.
Seemingly going to be going towards the A site now for NLG. Quite a simple strategy, but just going for the set of A smokes, and I think it's the right thing to do. We haven't seen much simplicity from NLG now. They're doing a little bit of damage. We do have PDY very aggressive there. Chanky able to find one. Does get traded, but there's no jungle smoke. The bomb crossing is going to be really tough now, but Johnny just falling back. We got 2 players towards jungle. Johnny finds another. Do have Red on that SG, as you mentioned before. It's a 3 versus 2 now. Marky towards middle might be able to do a lot of damage here.
Oh, he's been spotted. A missed shot. Devran. If they lose this round, he's going to be kicking himself.
Oh, Marky. Swinging the jungle player. Doesn't get one, though. And it's just Okalicious in the 1 versus 3.
It doesn't have the bomb either.
Molotov, there's 2 players here. Surely won't be able to do anything. Devran does get the kill. It's all evened up here, Charlie. Berzerk.
Yeah, they could be taking the lead for the first time in this game in this next round.
There's been 13 rounds in this half, Charlie, and Berzerk have found 12 of them.
Yeah, I still can't get my head around it. A 13-2 lead. You put any team in that disadvantaged situation, and I think they crumble. Not Berzerk. They've come back fighting, and they've come back a lot stronger. There is a chance they can take it here.
We have seen the Mac 10 get invested on Marky. Might be seeing something fast here.
Yeah, this is where No Limit Gaming now will start to really feel the pressure. Having such a huge lead and losing it. Or at least letting things level up.
I'm loving this. They're dropping utility across. A feature added in quite a while ago, but teams have really implemented it nicely.
Fred, if they lose this round, this could be it. Obviously, they'll be on full loss bonus, but they don't have much.
Absolutely crazy scenes here. Berzerk truly showing that they are forced not to be reckoned with, that they just a menacing lineup, that even in those disadvantaged situations they can take in. That's Devran finding one, gets the second. Oh, Berzerk looking so clean here. It's a 1 versus 4. Red, it's just him alone, needs the ace to clutch it out. And Berzerk, they take the lead. They take the lead, Charlie. In the 29th round, they finally take it. They were 13-2 down. How are they doing this, Berzerk?
Yeah, first time in this game. It is written in the stars, though, that this is the round that No Limit Gaming win. They bring us to overtime. I think we deserve overtime, but Berzerk, after all the work, all the fighting, they're on match point. They're the first team to match point.
Absolutely crazy stuff here.
You look at the buy, 2 Galils out, 3 Galils out, in fact. That's what No Limit Gaming are fighting for survival with.
We do have Okalicious on the AK, aware of the player towards triple box, but that's Chanky getting the kill. That's the opening pick for Berzerk. It's the 5 versus 4 now. Perks and PDY. Limited health. Berzerk All they need is a couple more kills and the round will be theirs and the series will be theirs.
They're 4 kills away from doing it, Fred. They're so close. Devran, he brought down low, but ND, he gets another kill. 2-man advantage in this one.
Able to back off as well. That's the key thing. Oh, Devran takes down Red. It's a 2 versus 5, making a 1 versus 5. Oh, it's just Perks and he gets found. That's Berzerk bringing themselves back into this game. They were 13-2 down and they win it. They win it 16-14. Absolutely immense scenes. Just how? Just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, ridiculous from Berzerk. I mean, the mental fortitude to be able to come back from a pretty big deficit as it is, but 13-2 down. They were 3 rounds off losing it after the first half. Really well played from Berzerk, and they thoroughly deserve that. They deserve this series. That's 2-0 for them, so they're definitely going to be happy, but No Limit Gaming, they've got a lot to look at after that one.
Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff from Berzerk. Obviously, some crazy rounds, and there's a bunch of highlights from this game, and you'll be able to see them right now. I can't wait to watch them as well.